one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded black dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Good morning, Robertson County. Good morning, Robertson County. This is 1100 WSBI. I'm UT Laverne. This is One Street Over, and it's Monday. I gotta say, Kaleb Stratton's in the house. Did you get startled when you walked in today? Did you notice that?
Well, I noticed it from outside. I didn't even get in the door and I saw it.
I came in this morning and I was like, who's in there? There's a suit of armor in here. And then, the armor of God. This is a Christian broadcast facility. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But whenever I was coming in, I was like, who's in there? And there's a suit of armor standing in the corner now. Yeah, it's pretty funny, but I was like, I wasn't doing you. That's pretty cool. But anyway, hi. How are you doing? What's up? I am too. I am just like running like a chicken with my head cut off. Yes. No, we're going to be touring because I am a CTE teacher because I'm a
One street over
we are
there's a
taking
life I
a tour
could
of
Things aren't
We
always
have these items of regret in local news today.
Lawrence Bob Hogue III,
That's
age
gonna be a lot of
70,
fun.
of
You're gonna miss out today
Springfield, died
because,
September
our agency's
2nd
gonna
at
be
Centennial
at
Medical
our
Center.
home
His remains are
you
at the
kidding
Austin
me?
and Bell
But
Funeral
I'll
Home
give
in
you what they're gonna
Springfield.
say.
Memorial
Okay.
service will be
You'll hear
conducted
before
Saturday,
Well,
September
very good.
24
And
at 4 p.m.
again,
Hero
Kaleb
Tony
Stratton
Cobb
is our
officiating.
wildlife
The
resource
family
officer.
will
Oh,
receive
big
friends
news.
on
Jessica's
September
gonna be here
24 from
a little
3
bit.
to 4 p.m.
Yeah, she's
A
been out
memorial
on
contribution should be made to the
maternity
Robertson County Animal Control.
I
He
think
is survived by
I don't
his
know when she
wife,
went back to
Diane
work,
Pugh
but I mean,
Hogue,
just a
brother
minute
Tommy,
ago.
and wife Kristen
And,
Lee, and sister
but
Ellen
yeah,
Gregory,
yeah.
and several
So-
nieces and nephews.
And I don't
Austin
have her
Bell
blocks. I'm
Funeral
so
Home in
disappointed I don't have her
Springfield is in
blocks with
charge
me. And
of
you know what I'm
arrangements
talking about.
for
I have these little block
Lawrence
sets I get.
Bob Hogue III,
And,
age
but
70,
I don't think he's
Springfield,
quite ready
who
for
died
blocks
September the
yet.
2nd.
But
How
I'll
do
get,
you
I'll
want
get him
to
to
be
him.
remembered?
I'll get him to.
How do you
get him
want to
him,
celebrate the
next
life
time
of a
she's in
loved
a couple
one?
months.
Austin
But,
and Bell Funeral Home
anyway,
has
so
helped
yeah,
this
Jessica's gonna be
community
back in
answer
here.
those
It'll be fun
questions
visiting with
and
her.
others since
But how's your crew?
1842.
How's your family?
This is Bob Bell. No matter your
How
needs,
old your baby
Austin
now?
and Bell has the facilities and staff to meet and exceed those needs.
Goodness.
We understand
Oh,
the
I'm sure.
difficulty
Is
of
he
dealing
walking?
with the process of
He
funeral
can.
planning,
Not by
and we take
himself.
pride
Yeah.
in providing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guidance
He's
needed
definitely mobile
in such a
now.
trying
Okay. Oh, of
time.
course.
Used to, you could
As
set him in the
Tennessee's
kitchen,
oldest
living room,
funeral
and go to
home,
the
you
kitchen,
can
and now
rest
he's looking
assured
around and
Austin and
hear
Bell
something
will be
Oh,
here
of
when you
course.
need us.
Following you
Thank
Isn't
you.
that fun? I know it's fun. That's one thing I really love, and I say this a lot about this show, is I really enjoy getting to know people who I know in town, but I don't really know them.
Right.
And so I get to know your family. I get to is just sitting on the front porch and talking to
That's
the
right.
people, talking to the folks. And so Caleb comes in every month because there's so much going on, because we're in a county that is very much a sportsman county.
It is.
You know, and so there's a lot going on with wildlife resources. And so you guys keep us up to date. He was the one who, I'm so curious as to why you're coming to the schools, because I'm like, okay, does it have something to do with the deer in the school building but we talk to him once a month, and then we alternate between sheriff's office and police chief's office as far as the others. But this is our second Monday. No, third Monday.
Third Monday. Yeah.
I can't keep the calendar in my head. So the third Monday is officers or law enforcement day is what we try to focus on. So, and I do appreciate you so much being so loyal to our time. I'm texting him last night. And I'm like, you good tomorrow? You good tomorrow?
Yeah, my
You good
little boy
tomorrow?"
had my phone playing with it, so I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
yeah.
I asked him, I said, hey, did somebody text me? He said, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, how funny. It's like that crazy lady did. But anyway, but he's here this morning, and you say you're going to be at, I can't imagine, what are you going to be talking about at the school then?
So I'm actually not going to be there. I was going to try
okay.
to. I'm going everywhere. I've been living out of a suitcase for the last 2 weeks and still living out of one this week. I'm just in town I just got home last night, slept, and I'm leaving again this morning. So this is just a stop in here before I go to my next destination.
Goodness.
So.
Okay. So you're just all over. It's that time of year, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's our new cadets. You know, I'm one of our instructors, and
okay.
So I'm heading to our academy right after this, and we're driving and doing some other stuff this week. So teaching them how to drive their trucks really aggressively. You know, if you have to.
That kind of sounds like fun.
That's why I love being the driving instructor, because it is a blast. Because you push these vehicles to the limit, you know, legally. It's in a closed area, and you give them all they can take and then some. So it's a blast.
That sounds like fun.
It's like, you know, going to Howland Rim, only you're doing it in a real vehicle instead of Brooks car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now tell me this. Where is the academy?
It's in Humphreys County, close to Loretta Lynn's ranch.
Okay, yeah.
It's,
Down where the flood happened.
Yeah, kind of.
Did your
Yeah,
academy get hit by the flood?
it did not. It's about 20 miles south of that.
Okay. Okay.
Considered Waverly somewhat. Just
Okay.
depends on who you ask. But
All right.
But no, our agency is going to be at Greenbrier talking to, I guess they're having their in-service today, and one of the guys that was in charge of putting it all together asked us to come and just talk about some of our programs that we have that we can incorporate into the schools. And that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I just haven't had taken the initiative to get in there and do that. But, you know, we're wanting to get, back in the day, we had all these classes in school, like hunter education. Well, essentially it was just hunter education. And some classes now, or some schools now, incorporate our boating education class, which is super easy. You could do that one, you know, just in a week's worth of time in class, because it's only about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
So hunter education, boat education, we've got the Scholastic Clay Target Program, which involves shotguns, you know, shooting clays. That's a high school thing that happens throughout the state of Tennessee. And then NASP, which is the one I think every school would love to have. It's National Archery in the Schools Program, NASP, NASP. And it's taught during school hours. You can do it in the gym. It's made to be indoors in a controlled environment. And it is awesome. We have the state tournament. I think I've talked about it every year down here in Murfreesboro.
Absolutely.
We've hosted the World Tournament in Nashville for 2 years out of the past 6 or 7. So it's really cool. So anyway, the guy that's in charge of all those programs, he's going to come and talk and just kind of give him a heads up. And he asked me if I would do it, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, no, I can't.
You'll be out of town.
But
well, okay. So and when you talk about those programs, it sounds to me like it's pretty specific to either the ag department or to some type of PE, or because I mean, my class, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, there's no way I can.
No, right.
You know, they wouldn't be applicable to what I do. But now I'll tell you one thing we can do. You guys can come in, or you can come in, and we can do a little video for it, promoting it if you'd like.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be cool for you.
You can do one of our interviews.
Yeah.
We're setting up all kinds of interviews,
and we
things
have
like that.
People don't think of TW. You know, you think of TWA, all you think's about the game ward, me. But at the same time, we have tons of other divisions. We have a whole media division. I'm not sure of all the terms, but they've won national awards for their podcasts and their videos they put out. And Tennessee Wildcast is one of their programs they put out, and But yeah, our agency's won a lot of awards on just their media stuff. So
Very cool.
that's something. I mean, you can still be in the wildlife agency and not have anything to do with what I do or the wildlife, just on the media side of it. So
I love it. Okay, well, we definitely will get you guys in. We actually did a video the other day, and we're still actually producing it down because it's my father's house. Charlene and Steve and came out, and that with the cold weather shelter, and we did a piece, and we're working on editing that down right now, and because it's like 20 minutes long. we got 20 minutes of video, and it needs to be no longer than 5.
Oh no.
So yeah, it's a bit, there's a lot. So that's what the students are working on right now, but we're going to do a ton of that stuff, and we're going to do a podcast and things like that. So I think that's great. Yeah, you know, that's what I had Sergeant Eskew. I guess it's Sergeant.
Yeah, with the National Guard. Yeah.
He
Colton.
was in the Colton, and I was just trying to make sure I had his rank.
Yeah.
Sergeant now, but he was in this classroom the other day and said that he was talking about trying to do some kind of a podcast, and if he could use what we're going to be doing. I was like, absolutely. So maybe you can come in and do some podcasting or something, because we are going to set up a podcast facility there, and I mean, it's nothing to do podcast, but we're going to have it set up. We're going to have a little studio area where we can do some live stream video and podcasting and different things like that.
Yeah,
so
that's something that's definitely popular right now.
oh yeah.
That's the podcasting, I think.
But we'll have to have you in. So well, and I know you probably have to get going, so I don't want to hold you up.
I'm good.
But I saw you check that watch. I'm like, if you're getting on the road. But what are we
just
talking
reminding
about
me
today?
to do stuff.
What are we talking about today? What have we got coming up that you need to promote?
Well, what's going on right now, and it's been very successful throughout the county, is dove season. Dove season opens September 1st, and there's some stuff going on with our agriculture right now, like we talked about before, but that normally keeps the doves in or not. But man, the doves have been crazy this year. It's been a great season. Everybody I've talked to, they've been harvesting lots of doves. That's good. I had a friend that had a hunt the other day. They killed over 100 birds.
Oh wow!
On Saturday morning, I think. So
well,
that's really good.
How much longer does it go?
It'll go through the end of the month. So
so it's September, all of September.
Right. And then there's actually, and I don't have the dates in front of me, I'm sorry, but we can talk about it next time, because it opens up again in October and in December. So the the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, since dove is a migratory bird, they give us 90 days. They say you have 90 days to dove hunt. You get to decide when that is, but it has to start September 1st at noon. That's the only stipulation they give us, is it has to start this day at noon, and then after that, y'all can decide how you want to do it. So
okay, does it have a set time to end?
And there's Jess right there.
Oh yeah, there's Jess. So it has to start this day. Does it have to be wrapped up by a certain day? Like
no,
it has to
well, I think by the end of the year.
Okay.
I think just by the end of this calendar year.
Okay.
I think. I don't even know.
Right. Y'all just managed to get it in, and
yeah, normally. Because this is a funny story. I was out checking deer hunters one day in December and riding around, and I saw these guys sitting in a field, and they didn't have any orange on, which you have to wear orange when you're deer hunting with a gun. And they were sitting in the middle of the field, and they had 2 guns. I'm like, what are these guys doing? So, of course, I pulled up and started talking to them, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And they were like, we're dove hunting. I'm like, dove hunting? It just hit me, because you never see people dove hunting in December, so I'm like, I felt dumb. I'm like,
you're like, I'm the wildlife. I forgot. I forgot.
Have you seen any deer today? And they're like, no, we're looking for doves. And I'm like, oh, okay. One of those moments.
That's
but
hysterical.
It happens a lot.
So are you not required to wear orange when you dove hunt?
No, it's only for deer hunting.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I think if you're going to deer hunt, if you're going to dove hunt deer in deer season, you might want to.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That is, on some of our wildlife management areas, that is a requirement that you have to wear orange during the big game hunts. And it's smart. It's smart. But the doves, they see very well. So if you're wearing orange out there, they're not going to like that too much. They may not come to you. So.
Okay. Well, that's one thing. I honestly and truthfully, we do not allow hunting on our property because my children keep saying they're going to hunt. Yeah, right. Really? Are you going to get hunt this year? I'm kind of making friends with a deer in my yard. I really don't want them to shoot them now. I'm one of those. But I like meat, but I don't want to have to hunt it. But honestly, during deer season, I try to wear bright colors, even though
Right.
I don't allow people. You can come fish all you want, but I don't want you hunting out there.
Right.
I don't want to get shot at, y'all, walking around my property. But I will still wear bright colors
Yeah.
sometimes because I know people just do what they do.
Right.
You know, and while I say you can't, that don't mean they don't. you
Oh,
know,
no, that's-
or wander onto the place, especially if I'm going to be on the hillside,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because that's kind of cumbersome over there, and they might not realize that I'm not a deer. But anyway, so what else we got going on? So dove season's happening. Deer
is.
season opens when?
Saturday, actually. That's what I looked at my date to see what date it was.
No.
Yeah, today's the 19th, so it opens
wow.
the 24th. Yeah, so it'll open this Saturday, bow season.
Bow season.
So it's archery only.
Okay.
Here where we are. So
Okay. For how long?
it'll go all the way until muzzleloader opens, which will be the first weekend of November.
Okay. And we've already had the velvet, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Velvet it was average compared to what we've had in the past.
Okay. It was so hot.
It always
Don't
is.
you think? I mean,
It's miserable.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
think
just,
people just, I'm not into it yet.
Yeah, I understand why we're doing it. It's to give hunters more opportunity, but at the same time, it's hard to salvage a deer when you shot it and it's 90 degrees outside.
Oh, I can
and it's
imagine.
They're
Yeah.
full of ticks and fleas and everything else, and
Ugh.
it's nasty.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
But
that does
it's
not.
not.
Sound
Yeah,
fun.
I've never had any desire. I'm a huge hunter. Never had any desire to go out there and hunt in that.
In the heat.
But no. And then it'd be one thing to go out there and just hunt, just to get out, because it's nice to get out. But in order to harvest one, it's a lot of work. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work if you do it the right way. And unfortunately, that causes hunters to not do it the right way. Unfortunately, we find a lot of deer just with the heads cut off and the body laying on the side of the road or sitting in the field. So
Don't do that.
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking with Kaleb Stratton. He is the wildlife resource officer for Robertson County, living his dream, and gonna get to go drive trucks. Crazy. That's gonna be fun. I'm jealous, man. That would be fun. But if you have any questions, throw them up, and we're gonna pause for just a minute. You mentioned Highland Rim. Let's start there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you spent much? Have you gone to the Veterans Motorplex?
A lot lately. Yeah,
how
I've got a buddy
fun.
that's racing out there now.
Nice.
And I've been helping them with their race car, and I'm just
Nice.
on the pit crew. So
Oh, fun!
it's
fun.
I'm a huge NASCAR fan anyway. So being able to get out there in the pits and enjoy the atmosphere and just
Yeah.
you go to that place, and I know you're about to do an ad. Sorry,
Well, no, that's fine.
But
This is the ad.
you
We're
see-
talking Veterans Motorplex.
you see this place, and it's like, why aren't more people here? I
Yeah.
mean, they have it all going on out there. It really is awesome.
It
and
is
that's
fun.
That's just my personal opinion and personal experience, and I'm not
I
getting
love
paid
it.
for that.
I love it, and I'm going to get back. We're out there in the spring, and I've got to get a free Saturday and get out there because I really want to go back. One of my students, Kai, I don't know if you know Kai, little blonde-headed young man. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
And he talks about being in the pit crew because he's got a friend or a cousin or something that gets out and races. But some of my students talk about it because I'm at Greenbrier High School, and
Right,
it's a
it's
big
right
thing
there, yeah.
right there.
Yep.
But it is so much fun to root on the locals, and it's just a blast, and it's so affordable. $40 will get in 8 people. 6 minor kids, 2 adults for $40. And if you want to message me and just say, hey, I want to go to the races, I'll give you a family pack of tickets. And you can message me, text me, don't call me right now, 615-594-7736. 615-594-7736. If you let me know you want to go to the races, we'll hook you up for this weekend. But the gates open at 4 p.m. Qualifying starts at 4:30, racing at 6 p.m. They got a great concession stand, just so much fun. Jerry's such a great guy. He runs such a great track, and you will have a blast if you'll just go out there and see what's happening at the races. It's the old Highland Rim, now Veterans Motorplex, 3183 Kelly Willis Road in Greenbrier. And when you get by there, tell them that U-Turn and Kaleb sent you. And for sponsoring. So what else we got, Kaleb?
That's going to be it for a while.
Deer season. Oh, and
Yeah,
deer season.
all the way
And dove season.
It's all the way through October, so
Sure.
the juvenile hunt won't be till the end of October, so we'll meet before then.
Right.
Thankfully, boating season is
I was
pretty much
gonna
over,
say- That was my next question. Is
Other-
like, so when is the official end of boating season?
I don't know. I looked at the weather. I've been in Florida this this past few days, and I looked at the weather there, and it was like in the 80s. And here I looked at it this weekend, it's like 97.
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be
I'm
warm.
like, wow, what's going on? But after that, it looks like it's supposed to cool down a lot. So
Yeah, it's like in the 90s for a couple of days, but I was looking. It's Fair Week, by the way. Fair Week. The parade's tomorrow, and we'll be talking a lot about the fair. But my friend Tommy Marsh, I went and heard him Saturday night. I just love that guy. He's so good. But he is playing Friday night at the fair. And I got to tell you, it's going to be nice outside.
And the monster trucks are there.
Yes, so you got it all on Friday night.
Yes.
I mean, you got monster trucks, you got Tommy Marsh,
Good
Crooked Eye
music, yeah.
Tommy, and I actually got to hear the guy Justin and Truth Jones, or Justin was with him when I heard him Saturday night. And I can't remember, it's one of the bars and grills over here by CVS, and I forget the name of it. But anyway. That's where he was playing, and his friend Justin was with him. Well, Justin's going to be the act on Tuesday night. So, I mean, we're talking some seriously good music. I was trying to think where that was. I posted it. They were at, I can't remember. Anyway, what else you got going for us, brother?
Well, so I'll give you all some news that nobody knows.
Oh, okay.
About me. So
What?
my personal family knows, but nobody else knows other than that. But so I'm not going to be the Roberts County officer anymore.
What?
In a way, I'm still gonna be here, but
I'm going to be mad. What? No.
I was promoted to our district sergeant, so I'm
Congratulations.
thank you.
That's awesome. I figured it had to be something better, because, I mean, you're not going to give up your dream job unless it's better.
Luckily, I'm still going to be in Robertson County.
Okay.
But just won't have the title of officer. It'll be the district sergeant will be my new title, and that starts next week or this weekend as well. So really looking forward to that.
So you still gonna come see me once a month?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not gonna let whoever gets here come fill in. So
okay, good.
I'll let you meet them, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, this is your slot. This is your slot. We have too much fun. Oh, that's fabulous! Congratulations.
Yep, I am happy. It's I've tried real hard and done a lot of stuff to try to better myself.
Yeah.
So, in TWRA, we don't have a huge turnover. So when people get positions, they seem to stay there.
Yeah.
When I got hired on 9 years ago now, somebody retired, and then I was able to slide in.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds of people wanting to get these jobs. And
you bet.
And I mean, I'm very fortunate, very lucky, very blessed. And
yeah.
Same thing with the sergeant. Like most of my friends, like I've got a friend that's a sergeant, and he's been on 21 years before he got sergeant.
Oh, wow.
Mike Murdoch was on over 30 years before he got sergeant. I mean, these positions don't come open, and so and my friend got sergeant as well. A few of my friends did, and so for us to be getting sergeants, only 8 to 10 years into this it's awesome.
You're just blessed.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, God. That's awesome.
That's right.
So, do you know who's going to be sliding in as our wildlife resource officer?
We do not at all. I say not at
okay.
all. I have an idea, and he's a local guy that's here, so I'm hoping he gets it. I don't have much say in it.
But you don't have much say in it.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
But whoever, we're all great people. I mean, I feel like we all get along. So no matter what,
congratulations.
No matter what, we're going to be in good hands. And like I said, that was one of the questions in my interview is, if you get this position, my boss is like, if you get this position, can you give up Robertson County? And I said, no. I said, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're going to have to a little bit. And I said, no, I know. Because I've just got a lot of other duties I'm going to have to be doing. And I'm going to stay extremely busy, a lot more busier than I am now even.
Sure.
So I won't have the county responsibilities as far as handling calls and stuff, but doing events, and I'm in charge of all the commercial paddlecraft and water sports here in the whole district. So all of the Nashville area.
That sounds wonderful.
Well, other than the water part,
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, so you're not going to be the one that gets on call 24/7 anymore.
Well, I am. That's the issue too. Is everybody, just like Mike Murdoch right now, still gets phone calls.
Oh,
He's been retired
funny.
since January. He hasn't been the officer in over 6 years now in Robertson County, but he still gets the calls. And so I'm going to be the same way because everybody knows me, and especially since they know I'm still here, I'm still going to get the calls. It's just now if I don't like the call, I can say, hey, call this guy. Send it to this guy. No.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
Essentially, what my boss explained to me is that Robertson County is now a 2-officer county, essentially.
Okay.
So there's 2 of us here now.
That's fun.
So,
well, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
I know that's exciting for you.
I was pretty excited.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Absolutely. Kaleb Stratton, he is our wildlife resource officer about to be, and what's your title? It took me forever to get that one down.
Still wildlife officer, but a district sergeant is what
He is
what
the
I'll be.
district sergeant. So how do we say it then? So you're the wildlife resource
You can still
district
call
sergeant?
me. Yeah, but I mean, you just call me wildlife officer. Still, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but
It's still what we are.
Technically, would be the wildlife resources district officer.
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sergeant, you got the
Sergeant.
gold. I get the gold now, you know.
Ooh,
Except for
nice.
this shirt. This is my instructor shirt, so it stays
Nice.
silver. But
That's very cool.
Yeah,
That's
you
very
get-
cool.
you
So
get go
you've
from
got the
silver
hat
stuff-
on. You've got the sergeant's hat on.
Yeah. Already got the gold
Take
hat
the glasses
on.
off. Let me see. You got the glasses.
already
Sentinel.
gold.
Nice.
The other ones are silver, so
Okay.
anytime, and I guess I don't know how it is in the Army. I wasn't in the armed services, but with the police and everything
Yeah.
and law enforcement, when your officers are silver, and then when you promote, you go to gold. So
Right. Yeah. My son was sergeant.
finally
so.
got the gold.
So there you go. But well, anyway, congratulations. That is wonderful. And anything else you got for us as we kind of wrap up our time together?
Yeah, so the one thing I've been getting tons of questions on, and I text everybody back, but I'll never remember who to text back, and that is everybody's asking about hunter education classes. Mm-hmm. You can still take the hunter education class fully online without going to a class. I don't like that. I like to offer actual hunter ed classes.
Right.
And a lot of people that have texted me don't want to take the online class. They want their kid to go to what we call
You
a
bet.
traditional class.
Absolutely.
So it's more of in a classroom setting, and then we go out and shoot firearms at the end of the week just
Right.
to make sure they've learned everything. So anyway, I plan on having a class in October. I'm not exactly sure when. It'll probably be before we meet again, I'd say. But I'll put all that out on Facebook. I'll shoot you a text so you know, and
Okay.
you can push that out for me if you can.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know where it's going to be at yet, but it'll be here in the county.
What are the ages on that?
So you have to be 9 years old to take the class. You have to
Okay.
be 9 years old before the class starts. We get a lot of kids that come in, they're 8 and their birthday's during the week, but it doesn't count. They have to be 9 years old
Okay.
before that class starts.
Okay, because I want my grandson in a physical class
Yeah.
as soon as possible. He's just 6. I mean,
Right.
we got
Oh,
a few
yeah.
years yet.
Yeah.
We got a few years yet.
So,
But
and that's why we give people a grace period. We give people 3 years to get this class taken. What you can do is, say you turn 9 and we're all busy. Say we can't get into a class. That's fine. You can buy what's called the apprenticeship license, which is $12. It's a Type 12 permit. Again, it's $12. Type 12, pretty easy. But that's the apprenticeship license. It means that you can hunt without hunter education as long as you have an adult with you or somebody that's had hunter education with you. And they can't be out of your sight. So,
okay, because my grandson has that lifetime
Right.
license, so he's 6. Can he go hunting with his dad now?
he can. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yep, he sure can.
okay, because they've talked about that, and I thought, well, can they really do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So okay,
They can.
Very good.
Now I don't believe in it too much, I guess, but there's some kids that go hunting when they're like 5, and you can do that on your private owned personal property.
well that's one. Yeah,
But you can't do it on our youth hunts. Even if it's on your property, you cannot participate in the youth hunt until you're 6 years old. It's youth ages 6 through 16.
okay,
So you cannot participate in the youth hunt until you're 6 years old, which
Okay.
even to me is too young. I mean, I have a 6-year-old right now, and I'm like, there's no way I take him hunt. I mean, I take him hunting,
Right.
but there's just no way that he can handle and shoot a gun safely. I don't feel like,
right,
So
right.
a firearm to kill a deer.
Right.
BB gun, of course he can. A little 22
Yeah.
he can, but to shoot a high-powered rifle, there's just no way.
Right. And I think that's probably the plan, is not for, Rowan to actually hunt, but to
Right.
just go on
Oh,
the
yeah.
hunt.
Going on
And
hunt's fine.
yeah, and having he's got a small weapon that I think that his grandfather that passed, his papa gave him, but I'm not sure.
Well, it's always fun for him to take their BB gun with him anyway.
Yeah, we gave him a BB gun when he was 3. I gave him a bow and arrow last year.
That's right.
So a really nice one. So, but that's great. I love getting the kids out. I mean, we're all about getting outdoors. I'm not much of a hunter. I'm not much of a shooter or anything. I'd like to do more. I just don't have
Right.
time. And I respect the heck out of the fact that you got to practice, or you don't need to be packing.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
we harp
that's
on that
all.
a lot in hunter education.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, if you're not practicing, you don't need to have one on you, in my opinion. But anyway,
All right.
anything else, Caleb?
I think that's it
District
for now. Sergeant.
District Sergeant.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it down. District Sergeant. You got to text me exactly what it is. So
I don't
can
even know.
say my
I
head.
mean, I don't even know exactly what you
Oh, how
call it other
funny.
than district sergeant.
But it's
so.
officially happening this weekend. But you
Yeah.
already got the hat. So
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's hysterical. Congratulations.
Thank you very
We're
much. I
very
appreciate
excited
it.
for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Very good. And thank you for announcing it here. I feel so privileged when we
Oh,
get
yeah.
to
Other
scoop
than-
stories.
Other than my immediate family, my mom doesn't even know yet. So
Hey, Mom. You better call her.
She's
better
asleep
call her.
right now, I guarantee
All right,
that.
you better call her. God bless.
All right.
And you have safe travels
Yep,
this
we'll
week.
see you later.
God bless. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, he joins us once a month. And we'll look forward to talking with him next month. And we look forward to catching up with Jessica. She's in the house, back from maternity leave. So excited to get to talk to her and hear about. I told her, I said, first thing we're going to do is talk about baby. We got to talk baby stuff. Get on in here. I got to do an ad real quick. Good morning. We're going to talk about, real quickly, Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. Go by and see my wonderful friends. They are always just the best source for your plant life. I'm succulents. They've got succulents in there that are just absolutely beautiful, and they take such great care of their plants. Brian Pooley, he really ought to get my talent feed, because he is always talking about all the wonderful things that they're doing at Corbin. And he said that he did his entire garden from Corbin's bedding plants, and said it was the best produced garden they ever had, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And what they've got going on right now, it produced well. But I'm looking at their Facebook page, and we've talked a little bit about the fact that they're not going to have mums this year, because Miss Jane was not well whenever they needed to get those set, so she comes first. And they absolutely said, but you know what, we're going to have, I've been saying petunias, but it's pansies that they're going to have out there. They're going to have fall color for you. So come out and see all the pansies that are ready to go, perfect for your fall color out in your pots, or anything you want to brighten up the fall decor that you've got going on. And of course, they do have great succulents still, and they have got half price on some perennials and things like that will come back next year. So you know, they've got that summer stock. Right now, you can go in and plug in some perennials that'll come back and be absolutely gorgeous next year, because they give and give again. So don't forget about those perennials. They got them on sale right now. Their hours, they are still open. They're still open 7 days a week, and they're open from 9 to 6:30 is what they've got posted on their website, on their Facebook page. But keep in mind, as we get into the cooler weather and the days get shorter, they'll cut those hours back a bit. But right now, they are there to help you out, and they want to see you today at Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center, and they are your source for local CBD that is produced from plants that her brother Bill grows right here in Robertson County. Love these folks. They are great sponsors and have been for a long time of One Street Over. When you get by there, please always tell them that you turned Central. I forgot to give the address. They're at 4920 Highway 161. How you doing, Jessica? You look wonderful, Mom. Isn't motherhood just absolutely the best?
It's exhausting.
Well, I just keep, you know,
But it's great. It's great.
I always think that, you know, we're God's favorites because we get to have babies. And it's just so much
Ron
fun.
Jordan with your
my
Mid-State
days,
Update from
with my little ones,
WSGI
just some of the
News.
most precious
A
time.
Springfield home is-
I absolutely just pray you just have just as much fun with it as I did. And it's great. It's great. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Today he is 9 weeks. So yesterday he was 2 months.
Bless.
So he's growing, getting big, getting a little chunky.
Of course.
So yeah, so he's doing real good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
he's doing all the smiling and stuff. Very interactive now.
yeah.
So
Well,
keeping us busy.
Well, you know, I've got a grandson that's 2.5 months old, I think. I forget exactly. But it's just fun to watch him just kind of come alive.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. The expression gets started. And then, of course, it just seems like a minute ago, Caleb, you know, they had their baby, and he's 11 months old now.
Oh, wow.
Just like that. And he'll be getting around
Yeah, it's
and
going
getting
by
into
quick.
stuff.
It's going by quick.
Getting into stuff. So when did you get back to work?
This is my 3rd week back. I came back at 6 weeks.
Okay.
So gotten into a routine for the most part.
Yeah.
I feel like I've that first week back was, you just got to catch up on everything as, you know, while you're doing everything that's going on now. And that was a long week.
Well, see, I started back work 2 weeks after I had my kids, but I was working from home. So it was, you know, totally a different thing, but it was still getting back into that routine.
Yeah.
And you're like me. I mean, you're like, I gotta get back at it. I gotta get back at it.
I was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
It was definitely sad having to take him
Yeah.
he goes to his grandma's while we're at work. So that's better because I can just text all day. And,
Yes.
and she's like right down the road if I want to just
I
go
had
up
a
there.
feeling. I had a feeling that's who was watching baby. So what is his name?
Tommy.
I had a feeling that's who was watching Tommy.
So
But
it's
that's
been,
wonderful.
It's been it was good to get back. It was good to have adult interaction. That was really nice to have some conversations.
Yeah.
I was going stir crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That was I was
you
just
and me.
putting him in the car and we were just going for drives and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to get out of the house.
See, I'm the same way. I'm not very good. Yeah. I get it. But well, bless your heart, because it's tough getting back that quick. And if it hadn't been me working at home, I could have never gone back after 2 weeks. But I work in the industry I work in. You just don't stay gone long, or your job is gone. I mean, that's just how it is. But. Well, very good. We're tickled to have you back, and I have a set of blocks for him. He don't think he needs them yet, but I forgot to bring them today. We have, I'll show you, but there's this little block set that we had made years ago, but that's what I give babies when they're born. So I forgot to bring his blocks, but I will bring them next time you're in.
Appreciate it.
But he's probably not quite ready for them yet. So, but anyway, so what are we doing? When you messaged me last week and you said, what do we want to talk about? And I got to thinking, you're not going to be back in until after Halloween. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of going, okay, I think we kind of need to talk about Halloween safety and all of that, because that's a thing, and it's going to be on Monday night. So it's going to be a school night. And before we get off the subject of schools, the stop arm, what do you call it? Cross arm safety. What were the buses?
The school bus safety.
Yeah,
with the stop sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all did a video on that, and
Yes, we did.
And my husband said to let you know that they are really pushing it with the drivers, and they're writing it up. And he's even keeping a map to where the hot spots are. And said there's a lot of hot spots in the city. And so he needs
That
to
makes
talk.
sense.
Yeah,
That's a lot of traffic.
right. But there's another one like out there by where they had it was Joe Holt's place for a long time. You know where I'm talking about, the body shop out on 41?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's out towards, as you're heading into Greenbrier. He says right up in there is another cluster where they're having a hard time, and it's like, because it's 5 lanes through there.
Yeah.
But he's keeping a little pin map of all the cluster spots. But he said a lot of it, though, is happening in the city. But that's one that's in the county, I guess. Or would that be Greenbrier? I don't know.
I would have to ask.
Yeah, but he's got you some research.
Well, that's perfect. Tell him to,
He's got you
give it
some
to us. We
research.
can look it over and see what we can do about it. And obviously that's very important. I mean, that's our children. We got to keep them safe. And that may not be your kids that's on that bus, but that's somebody else's kids. Your kids could have been on that bus, have been on that bus. It's just the right thing to do. I wanted to get that done early enough because I knew school coming back in session was like right when I was going to be out, and so we really wanted to get that out and pushed. And so I didn't get to really see how well it did, obviously, because I was
you were a little busy.
I was a little busy, a little distracted. But I heard we got a lot of compliments, and there was a lot of people that was very happy with it, and we got a lot of shares, and it seems like it went pretty far.
Well, and we've got Bus Safety Week coming up, and that's the focus. And I forget, it's maybe in a week or two, and so we'll double down on it too. But he just wanted me to say thank you, and they're working to really push it, from the bus side of it too. So
Absolutely.
Very good. And so what else have you got for us this morning then?
So let's see. I missed the last one that we were in here for. Since that's been going on, we had school start. We did have our 9/11 ceremony last week. That went really well. We had that at the county building.
It's always wonderful.
Yeah. We had a great turnout and some great speakers, and it went really well. And we do it every year, and it's open to everybody. Sometimes we have it at the county courthouse, and sometimes we have it over at the county building. It just kind of all depends. But it's open to everybody every year, so we love for everyone to join us when we have it.
Did y'all have it on the Friday prior to last year, because it was on Saturday? And so did y'all do the ceremony then on Friday prior to it?
This one this year?
No, the one last year.
No, the one last year we had a really big one because it was...
Oh, yeah, because it was at the fair.
Yeah, it was at the fair.
That's right. I remember now, because I was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
It was the 20th anniversary, so we had that really big one at the fairgrounds.
Right.
And that one, I believe, was that was done on.
It was done on Saturday.
Yeah, it was
because that was
done on
also
Saturday.
Experience Robertson County Day.
Yes, yes.
So we had like an all-day thing.
Yeah. So this year, this one was done on Monday, the 12th, because it was on a Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do y'all tend to do that if it falls on the weekend? You try to move it to the day before or the day after?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
So if it's a Saturday, we'll try to have it that Friday, and if it's
Okay.
a Sunday, we'll do it that
Okay.
Monday.
Yeah.
Because we like to hold it around 8 to 8:30 in the morning, because then that way
Yeah.
everyone who's kind of going into work, they can stop there and be there for that before they go in. It makes it a lot more available for everyone
that's
to be
about
able
when
to
it
attend.
happened, too.
Yeah.
I
So-
forget the exact time, but that's about when it happened because I was on radio. I'll never forget it, but because I was just sitting there watching the cover, like, what's going on in New York? I mean, that was the reaction on radio. I mean, we were all just kind of going, and then all of a sudden we knew, But anyway, always just a wonderful ceremony. I was headed to school, so I could not go Monday morning because I'm a full-time school teacher now.
I heard.
And isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But so I was headed to school and couldn't go, but I was with you in spirit. What else have you got going on as far as anything? When we talked or texted last week, we did think about what's going on with the fall and things like that. Is there anything preliminarily before that, or is it just pretty much as we're kind of coasting now into the cooler weather? That's the next thing on your mind, really, is
fall. So pretty much we're gearing up just for fall. So every season has its
Sure.
own little things that are going on, and of course we're having a lot more events. So all the summer events are closing up, and we're getting into all the fall events. So of course that's going to be a lot of evening things and like that. So it's just getting ready for that. We got the fair
week.
Yep, we got the fair here, so that's keeping us really busy.
Of course.
I believe next month we'll be getting ready for our Pink Badge Challenge.
Okay, what is that?
That is for Breast Cancer Awareness
Okay, I
Month.
figured.
And we have a pink badge, and basically you donate. It depends. It's either going to be $20 or $25. We haven't decided yet. And you donate that $20 or $25, and you get to pick a deputy, or you can do it for yourself. You pick a deputy that you want to wear that badge for that day. And so usually people will buy like a week's worth, and a deputy will wear the pink badge
Okay.
for that week.
Okay.
Yeah, so
very good.
We've been doing that for quite a few years now.
Okay.
And it's grown every year. Last year we had to buy more badges because we were running out of them because we had so many people donating. So that's
Okay.
really nice. And so if there's anybody that wants to be a part of that, they're welcome to just call the sheriff's office and
many-
give you the information on that.
How many deputies do you have?
We have like, as far as sheriff's office, we're
Yeah.
187.
Okay, so I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Yeah.
do you have enough deputies to wear that many badges?
No, we don't have enough at that. But basically, usually most people will do like a day or something like
Okay.
that. So
Yeah.
it
works out.
Yeah, it works out. It works
That's
out really
funny.
well. So we bought more last year because we did run out last year.
Okay, but it's just such a good cause. And
Yeah.
I mean, so how do they participate if they want to get in the pink badge thing?
They can just call the sheriff's office.
Okay.
Yep. And then they donate. They say who they want the deputy to wear it. I'll check the calendar, and if we're full, I'll give them the dates that are available. If we're not full, I'll just ask them, what day do you want it?
Okay,
Because they may have a specific day type
Yeah.
thing. So we
sure.
do that.
very good. Well, that's very cool. I think that slipped through my radar. I don't think I was aware
we
of
do
that.
that every year, and it's really nice. And then I believe last year we donated the money to the Y for their breast cancer
Yeah.
program that they have. I believe that, if I remember correctly, that's where we did.
Yeah, Sally Shawman's
Yeah,
heavily
yeah.
involved with that as well. I think she still is. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So
but
we'll-
that's always been her thing over there. So.
Yeah, so we'll look at breast cancer programs and things like that, and usually the team will vote on who they want to donate it to that year, type thing.
Okay.
So it's nice.
Very
Try to help out each one of the programs and
Very good.
and things like that out.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a very good cause, and you've got, and of course, like you said, all the summer stuff
Mm-hmm.
wrapping up. Got to keep the buses and the kiddos in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I just remind everybody we do have a Safety, a bus emphasis week coming up, and we'll be talking more about that. But I mean, that involves you guys as well. So we'll have to roll that video out again.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll get that back out. We'll push that back out. But as we kind of get, I've been talking about Corbin Creek, and I've already got Amy on my calendar for the sampler, because she's involved with the sampler. And so we're going to have her come in here and talk about that. We're going to be there before we blink. And as I was talking to you the other day, or texting you the other day, and I realized this is our last visit before Halloween.
Yeah.
It happens so quick. So what do you have to focus on during the Halloween season? I mean, what are the biggest issues?
Well, I mean, the biggest issues is just pedestrian safety.
Yeah.
Because you have so many people out in the neighborhoods, and children out, and making sure that they're aware of make parents accompanying their children. One, to make sure that oncoming traffic, protect them from that, but also just regular safety.
Right.
So we like to put out different types of just safety awareness, and for drivers, it's when you're in the neighborhoods, make sure you slow down, because it's dark, and a lot of Halloween costumes are dark. So slow down, make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. When you're pulling in and out of your driveway, that's a big thing too. People don't realize, I mean, when kids are out trick-or-treating, they're just running all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in the streets, they're in the sidewalks, they're in the grass. I mean, there's no flow of traffic when they're out trick-or-treating. The adults just accompany them everywhere they go. Biggest thing is wear something reflective. The biggest thing that was really nice to see last year when we were out, because the sheriff's office will go out and pass out candy. Like, we like to go to the neighborhoods, make sure everything's going good, walk around, interact, pass out our own candy, have a good time with all the, the kids that are trick-or-treating. And it was nice to see a lot of kids had some kind of they would have reflective necklaces on, or they would have some kind of flashing light, something to let people know and be aware that they're there. Because it gets dark really quickly by then.
Yeah. When does time change? Do you have? I'm
not
not
quite
sure.
sure.
As you were saying that, I thought, when is the time change? I'll look that up as you continue on. So, and two, I think about, the little projects we're doing over at Greenbrier with our audio video. That would be another little video that we could do, is have you come out and talk about safety for Halloween and those types of things.
Yeah, that'd be that would be totally
I
fine. I would love it. I would love
yeah,
it.
absolutely. And I already talked. We've just got all these ideas.
Yeah.
That we're gonna implement, and as soon as we get all of our equipment in, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
So, kind of looking at the fall and Halloween, I don't want to just jump over the fair, because we've got the parade tomorrow, but that's more of a city thing, isn't it? Are y'all helping with the parade?
I believe we're always in it, from my understanding, but we do work the parade. We have a off-duty employment with them.
Okay.
So we do security and traffic and everything for the fair.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll see the sheriff's office out there. And those are all deputies that are taking their days off and working off duty.
Okay. Okay. Well, and here's good news. The time does not change until November 6th this year.
Okay.
So then that means we'll get to have Halloween, and it won't be getting, I mean, it'll
be dark.
Just
Yeah,
because
it'll be dark.
that's what happens in the world, because the days are going to get shorter and shorter. But we won't be falling. I mean, we fall back and spring forward. So we fall back. Yeah. So we actually get, it'll stay a little bit lighter, I guess, right? No, you fall back.
No, it'll get darker.
Dark sooner.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah, because I remember I'll leave the office and it'll already be dark.
Yeah, exactly. So if you fall back, yes, instead of it being 5 o'clock, it'll be 4 o'clock. Yeah. So
and then remember also,
Anyway.
with Halloween is all the trunk or treats that are going on.
Oh my goodness,
that's
yes.
really nice, because it's a controlled environment. It's usually you're going to a church. You've got it at the library. You got it, at these places where you can go and pretty much everyone knows everybody there,
Yeah.
you know, and you can still have a good time doing trunk or treats in a much more controlled environment as well.
Yeah, and so that's always something. And I, you know, with my grandson, we kind of do it all. We just get it all day because it's so much fun. And so, I mean, it's going to be a great time. But, and you know, there's actually going to be a play going on during the Halloween season at the Innovation Academy. And I don't know, that really, I mean, other than just traffic and stuff, they're doing Night of the Living Dead.
Oh.
So there's going to be all kinds of, between that and all the Bell Witch stuff. And do y'all have anything to do with all the things that go on out in Adams too? I mean, because that's y'all's jurisdiction.
Yeah,
out there.
I mean, we try to be at most events.
Yeah.
We really do, whether it's just riding through there, whoever's in that zone will stop by, and, you know, and we just like to be there. We like to, you know, we want to be seen. And,
You guys are gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Well, there's
or we get hired for off-duty. I mean, we're always working off-duty stuff within the county. So there's not a lot of events that happen that we're not there.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's it. You know, as we're talking about fall, I know that Adams is going to be a hopping place because they've got the smoke, the Tobacco Wars play going on. They've got their there's Red River the River Tales or something might even be this weekend. So things get going in Adams as they gear up for fall. But I'll have to get them back in to kind of talk about that from the history perspective. I don't like all the ghost stuff. I'm like, But from a historical perspective, they got a lot of stuff going on out there. It's very interesting. So, and I have not been to the play Smoke. I'm very curious about the Tobacco Wars, and I mean just the history.
I think I've been to that one.
Yeah.
It was leadership of Robertson County
Oh.
a couple years ago, and we went out there, and I want to say it was the tobacco one that we watched. I can't remember what it's called. That's awful, I know.
Yeah.
But
I think it's called
I remember,
Smoke.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. I liked it.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. We have got such a fascinating history, guys. This Robertson County is just
They did a great
interesting.
job.
So Adams is going to be hopping. We're going to be hopping with the fair here in town. Adams is going to fire stuff up after this weekend and move on in through the fall. We got Halloween that's on our doorstep, and Lee Marie is chiming in that Smoke is actually a musical.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They do a
okay.
great job.
Outstanding. So Lee Marie is talking about that too. She's sitting here sending me little notes. So we're talking with my friend Jessica Drake, and she is I'm going to try to get it right. She is the public relations.
You almost got it. Public information officer.
Public information. I was like because I haven't had to say it.
Public
a bit.
relations, public information. It's all the
Public
same thing.
information officer for the sheriff's department.
Yeah, it works.
And Sheriff Van Dyke's right hand. I mean, yeah, she keeps him in line. But
try.
Anyway, how's Sheriff doing?
He's doing great.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Tell him we said hey.
I will.
So, but
Staying
yeah,
busy.
I'm sure he has tickled your back to work.
Yes.
Whenever we were talking about you being out, he was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do." Well, because not just you, there's others. I actually know of one of your deputies whose bride had a baby, and I don't know if I need to say out loud, but you know,
There's a lot of babies.
there's a bunches
being
of
born.
them. There's a bunches of them. But there's one young man, him and his bride were in youth with
I know
my
who
kids.
you're talking about,
Yeah,
yep.
and they're just sweet as they can be.
I think they had their baby less than a week after I had mine.
Yeah, it was
If
very,
I
very
remember,
close.
It was really close.
Really close.
Yeah, well, I think
really
they're
close.
just a few days apart.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we're tickled for them, and he's another cutie. These babies, I just, God, they're so sweet. I love the boys. Love them them little boys. So I'm a boy mama, but just really enjoying talking to Jess and getting her back in the saddle, back out there. So thrilled that Grandma's able to watch the baby.
Yeah.
And that's just a huge, but my daughter-in-law's mom is retired now. And so we're just like, yay. Because that's helps so much with kiddos.
He's such a great baby. I mean, at 5 weeks, he was already sleeping through the night.
Oh, that's great.
So, I mean, he does great. I mean, he'll go every, 2 about 2 times a week he'll wake up maybe once a night, but for the most part he sleeps the whole night.
That's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
My kids were like that.
Yeah.
My kids were really good, and they weren't a whole lot of trouble. And I mean, and I had twins out of the gate. I had 2. Can you imagine having 2 of him? Yeah, I had 2 right out of the gate, and so I didn't have anything to compare it to, so I didn't know what the difference was.
Yeah.
I see ones that have maybe a 1-year-old or a toddler, and then they have twins, and I'm like, oh, I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you, because to have one that can get away from you, and then have 2 babies, oh, I can't even imagine, because I had 2 that were just the same thing. It was, so when they're first, it's not as big of a deal. But I see these mamas with a toddler or 2 and then a set of twins, and I'm just like, I'm praying for you, Mom, because it's crazy, crazy. But anyway, we'll continue our conversation with Jess. We've got a real quick break with Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. My friends, love them so much. They are such good information. They're just such a great information source, no matter what you're looking for when it comes to buying or selling real estate. If you're on either side of the table, they can take care of you and help you and get you lined up with exactly what you need. Number one, if you're buying, they're going to say, wait, don't even start looking until you get pre-qualified and you know exactly what you can do, and make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you even come to the table and say, okay, I'm looking. Now, if you're selling, you want to make sure everybody knows about it. And guess what? They have a marketer. Barry was a marketer in Nashville for many, many years, vice president of a marketing company, went full-time with real estate. 3-4 years ago. Rebecca's been at this a long time, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. They're great friends of mine, and they're in Cross Plains. They're one of us. They're here in Robertson County. So they specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line up in Kentucky. If you need to know more, contact them. Rebecca's number is 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. And you can connect with them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or by BUY, RobertsonCounty.com. Always please tell them that you turned to Jessica. Finishing up our visit with Jessica Drake. She is the, Public Information Officer for the Robertson County Sheriff's Department. I got it right there.
You got it.
I was here, Caleb's changing his title, and I'm just finally got his down. District Sergeant? Did you hear that? His new district.
Lawrence
Really?
Bob III, age 70 years old, died September 2nd as intended medical center. His remains are at the Austinville Funeral Home.
You don't go call her right
Memorial service will
now.
be conducted
But yeah,
Saturday.
he's got his hat with his gold on it now. That it happens. It's official this weekend.
Okay.
So he's district
that's
sergeant.
awesome.
How about that? So that means we'll be getting a new wildlife resource officer.
I wonder who
But
it'll be.
guess
we'll find out.
No, that'll be the rumors and the chit chat in the sheriff's department
Everyone's gonna
today.
be
But y'all
looking.
hear about Caleb?
Yeah.
So anyway, you get to go tell them all. You get to scoop it
I
for them.
do.
So there you go. What else you got for us?
Let's see. We're still hiring.
Okay.
So we're hiring for corrections officers, school resource officer, and patrol deputies. We did get a raise this year. We got our step raise and a little cost of living. So corrections officers, they start at $18.75 to $19.41. School resource officers and patrol deputies, they start at $20.25 to $20.96. For anyone that's interested. Of course, you get vacation, sick, and comp time. You get your retirement, medical, dental, vision, all sorts of other benefits. Uniforms are provided. We do all the training. So if anyone's interested, just give us a call at the sheriff's office. We do have a pretty much, it's like a recruitment division that they can speak directly to, which is great, and they can have all their questions answered. Our website has all the information too. You can get on the sheriff's app. It's got all the information on our sheriff's app. And it's everywhere. So anyone that's interested, they will be able to find it.
Okay. And do you have like so many positions that you have open, or is it just a constant thing? You're just always hiring?
In law enforcement, it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of turnover in law enforcement regardless. So you can be really, really short at one time, and then you get really close to having everything full, and then
retirements.
Yeah, and then you got retirements, and then of course you got the private sector, which pays a lot more money, and that's typically when we're very blessed, because with our sheriff's office, we have such a great working environment and just a great atmosphere to be in. We don't have a lot of people that leave us to go to other agencies. They're going to the private sector or something like that, which is usually a significant more amount of money. Which, I mean, you can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to provide for your family. But at the same time, we're also very fortunate because the ones who want to be in law enforcement and stay in law enforcement, usually when they come to the sheriff's office, they love it so much that's where they want to be.
When you talk about private sector, what type of jobs would that be? Just private security?
You know, they go into security. We've had people go into construction, project management. They go into a lot of leadership roles because, you know, with law enforcement, you have so many things that you've got critical thinking, you've got the leadership, you've got everything that you handle just in your daily job, conflict resolution, customer service. I mean, all of that.
It's very diverse.
Very diverse.
Yeah.
So that's highly sought after in these different types of employments in the private sector.
Right.
So that's that. I mean, we've had them go to all sorts of different things.
So we need you in Robertson County, and it's a great place to work. Great people. I can attest to that because just everybody I've met with the sheriff's office just been wonderful. Absolutely a wonderful place to be. You got a pretty good sheriff to serve under too.
We do.
We kind of fond of him.
Yep.
Well,
he got reelected, so
there you go. Weren't too concerned about that since he didn't have any competition this time.
We were very fortunate. Very fortunate.
I got to know him on the campaign trail. That's one of my students. The other day, one of my students realized that I ran for Congress, and they're like, "You had a weird life." Yeah, I've done some weird things.
Yeah.
Like, you ran for Congress? Really? Like U.S. Congress? I'm like, yeah, I did. I got beat really badly, but I ran. Anyway, anything else? Parting thoughts?
I think that's it.
All right, Mom.
Yeah, I gotta get back. We got a meeting coming up, and
we'll tell everybody we said hi. And if you need anything at all, let us know and give Tommy a little hug. I will. Can't wait to meet him one day. Jessica Drake.
I might just have to bring him in.
There you go. I am totally up for that. That would be
maybe
fabulous.
I might do that next time. How about that?
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that. Yeah. Okay, we're counting on it.
It's a plan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
And God bless you guys. Thank you for joining us here on One Street Over. Tomorrow we got Mayor Billy Vogel. He'll be in the house. Looking forward to seeing him. And tomorrow kicks off the fair. We're going to be talking more about that. Parade will happen tomorrow. All kinds of great events. You're going to want to be a part. This is Fair Week. So much fun going on. This is One Street Over. God bless. Have a fabulous day. Listening to 1100 WSCI.
Father to the fatherless, defender to the weak.